Okay, Act 1 is ending behind me. My favorite thing about Heathers in general is that it's a dark comedy. I've been a fan of Heathers since I was in middle school. Please don't mind the one pin curl in my hair. And so I love the sense of humor in it. I'm such a dark comedy queen. And the roles that I play, my favorite thing about Heather Chandler is she doesn't care what anyone thinks about her. And I try to take more of that into my daily life. Here comes everybody from Act 1. Say hi. And my favorite thing about Veronica is that she wears her heart on her sleeve, and I think that's so beautiful. And that big blue bow, baby. I love that bow. That's a heart from love. Okay, favorite number to perform as Veronica is a tie between Beautiful, because obviously Beautiful is iconic, and the end never gets old, like truly never gets old. And Fight for Me, because that's been my favorite song in the show since I first became a fan of it when it first came out. And also it's so funny with the boys doing the slow-mo and everything. And then as Chandler, it's gotta be Candy Store. The choreo is so perfect and so cute, and I just feel like the baddest bitch in the world when I'm up there doing Candy Store. I would say just getting to do both. Nobody else gets to do both the way that I do, or gets to do both as frequently as I do, because we all cover a bunch of different things, and so I'm not the only cover for these two roles. But there are some days that I do a Chandler matinee and a Veronica night like I did yesterday, and those days are just so fun and rewarding, and yeah, I just feel like I'm living everyone's dream, because who doesn't want to get the chance to do both roles? It's perfect. Okay, this one I get at the stage door a lot, and I have a curated answer to it. I think kind of depends on the day that I'm having. I mean, I have fallen in love so deeply with both of these characters throughout this show. When I first was listening to the soundtrack and first became a fan of Heathers, I identified way more as a Veronica. And so I would say like Veronica is definitely very rewarding, but fun. I think Chandler is actually more fun because she gets all of the laugh lines and she gets to be so silly, and everyone loves her. She's just like perfect little princess track. So, I mean, it kind of depends on where I'm at in my day if I would prefer one over the other, but they're both really cool in their own way, which is kind of a cop-out answer. Okay, so technically I actually do cover two other roles. I am the third cover for Heather Duke and for Miss Fleming, which there are many people in line before me for those roles, but they're a lot of fun. Fleming is actually a blast. I think if I could cover any other role in the show, it would be Ram. I have a special place in my heart for Ram. I have a special place specifically for the way that Xavier plays Ram. And I just think he's so funny, and it would be iconic to go on and do You're Welcome and like be a jock. This one's drama. There was a time that the piñata, our Martha Pig piñata, which is cruel and unusual, but it has a wig on, and there was one time that the wig flew off of the piñata and floated down from the balcony to the bottom during the big fun scene, and everyone was trying really hard to keep together during that, for sure. I'm so glad you asked. We do a lot of decorating back.
Crafts.
This is Emma's watercolor station.
I like to make cards. I bought these blank cards and envelopes, so you can just if you have an occasion, you make a little card. I also like to paint what everybody's snacks are.
Yes.
So everybody's dressing room station has their snacks.
We just honestly, we just kind of trick out our dressing room when we're bored. Our dressing room is very cute. Or we read books or, watch Netflix, but for the most part we craft. There went the iconic line, did you hear it? Woo! Fuck me gently with a chainsaw! Okay, I feel like audition advice is so tough. Trying not to start this with okay, but I almost just said it. One thing that's really been helping me is I made a playlist for each character, which if you want, I can show you guys what's on those playlists. But music has always been really impactful to me in terms of just getting my brain to switch and getting me into a headspace very quickly. So one of the easiest ways to do this switch, especially on days where I'm on for both, is listen to my Veronica playlist or my Heather Chandler playlist. And I intentionally didn't put any music from Heather's on those playlists because I wanted to sort of feel like what the inside of their head probably feels like. So listening to those at half hour is incredibly helpful because so much of the way that I operate as an actor is like feelings first. I'm not the most technical actor, so if I can get myself to feel like them in my head, then the rest of the show kind of comes naturally. This has happened a couple times, actually. And usually... Ooh. Casey's going off. Usually, if Veronica and Heather Chandler are both out, I do Veronica, and they put Cecilia on for Heather Chandler because she's the second cover. Mostly because Kiara, who is our second cover for Veronica, hasn't gotten the chance to have a put-in yet. And so, you know, we obviously want to set everyone up for as much success as possible, and since Heather Chandler is a lighter lift, Cecilia, the first time she did it, was able to go off stage more and check her notes more, where Veronica does not leave the stage. You really need a ton of preparation for that role. So far, it's been that plan, but who knows what will happen going forward. I obviously want everyone to get a chance to debut and everyone to get a chance to play all the roles, so we'll see.
A wonderful matinee. Let's do another one this evening. We do have a 6:25 lift and fight call, as Sarah will be our Veronica this evening. 6:25 fight and lift call.
Okay, we're getting ready for the Veronica show now, beating our face. I don't know, I'm so conflicted about this question. I think I'd want to play Veronica because it's iconic and there's so much like fun acting to be done in that, but also like Chandler, like there's something about like doing Chandler in a movie musical that would be such a blast. I initially auditioned for Heather Chandler, sent in a self-tape for the role. I think in early March of last year, maybe late February, got a call back for just to play Chandler and went in person to my callback. And it was at that first in-person callback with the team that they asked me if I knew any Veronica material already or if I wanted to try any. So they sent me out with a packet of Veronica scene work and they asked me to sing 17. I got to do 17 with Larry singing JD, like Larry O'Keefe. It was so iconic. And then 2 days later, I went back and did a dance call to Never Shut Up, like the ensemble dance call. And then 3 days later, I went back and did the Candy Store dance call for the Heathers, like finals, where like Mackenzie and Olivia and like all of the Heathers were. And I kept thinking they would have me sing Dead Girl Walking or I Say No, and like I'd prepared it, but I actually only ever sang 17 and did scene work. And the offer came through for both of them, and it was a blast. Thank you so much for joining. Sorry for the questions that I didn't get to. It was clearly a chaotic second half of the day, but I had so much fun taking over today. And yeah, follow my personal account for more Heather's content. If I met you at the stage door tonight, kisses, and I love you all so much. Good night.